My name's Ed Baker. I'm 39 years old. After taking about 10 years off from exercise and fitness, I decided to start training for the triathlon. In July, I did my first ever Ironman, and it was at Lake Placid, New York. I ended up winning the race and qualifying for a spot at the Kona Ironman World Championships, which is in October of this year. It's fun to be back here. You know, I never actually swam in this pool when I was in college.
I've never seen a runner turned triathlete progress as quickly as he has. He obviously has the athletic talent, but to be able to transform himself into a triathlete and a good swimmer is nothing short of amazing.
The first time I hopped in the pool at the Stanford Master Swim practice last summer, my legs were sinking in the water, and people in my lane were saying, "Try to lift up your legs." And I said, "How do I lift up my legs in the water? They just keep falling, they're heavy." Someone said, "Well, make sure your head comes down and you're looking straight down," and that actually did help.
Does not look like he's only been swimming for a year.
We just came from the swimming pool, which is over there. The track and field locker room's actually over there. I used to spend a lot of time in that building. The longest I ever ran in college was 10K, so even the marathon was a big step up. Go ahead and take it. We're now going to my daughter's school in Harvard Square, and it's actually a Mandarin Chinese immersion school.
And she speaks the Mandarin, and you do?
She does, yeah, better than I do. I went to Harvard for college, where I studied chemistry and physics, and then I moved out to California for Stanford Business School. So after Stanford Business School, I decided to start a company. And I started a company called Friendly, friend.ly. We then sold Friendly to Facebook in 2011, and I ended up working at Facebook for a couple of years, heading up their international growth team. I then left Facebook to join Uber. Last year, in March, I quit Uber and decided it was time to get back into shape, time to spend some more time with my family. We decided to move back to Boston, where my wife Sarah and I first met about 14 years ago. The way I first learned about Zwift actually was I saw on my Strava feed that Mark Zuckerberg was posting workouts he had done on Zwift. And I asked Mark, I said, what is this thing? And he explained what it was to me. That's how I first got into cycling. The plan is to go about 5.5 hours on the trainer. See what my coach, Matt Dixon, has for me today. So, you know, it gives me some variety, but overall it's just a good long endurance day.
I never had any doubt that Ed would be extremely successful. I mean, everything he did starting from a very young age, he always excelled at, and you know, he always strived to be the best, and he always was the best. And I figured that it probably would take him a year to win his first one. I didn't think it would take just a few months.
Boredom so-so, I'm starting to hurt a bit. So my cadence is dropping a little bit. Got 1 hour, 27 minutes to go, so just hoping I can make it to that. In the Lake Placid Ironman, I came in first place with a time of 9:18. And then in the Copenhagen Ironman, a month later, I competed about 51 minutes faster with a time of 8:27, which was the first overall age group athlete and 10th overall if you include the professionals. Coming off the bike onto the run, the legs definitely will feel like jelly for the first few minutes at least. I find it takes me about a mile before I kind of get used to it. I'm just going to start off probably at like 7:30 pace and get down to 6:30 pace in those first 5 minutes.
He doesn't tend to do things halfway, and this was no exception.
What does Uncle Ed do all day?
Run.
Ironman race pace is about 6:45 per mile. Right now I'm going 6-minute pace. I'm hurting. I'm hungry. I'm ready for this workout to be over. 45-minute runoff complete. 7 hours of training today. That's the endurance day of the week. I only do a day like that once a week. You know, I spent a lot of time this winter on the rowing machine, and that really helped with the strength training and helping strengthen my core. I'm just curious how much water weight I lost today. I was 165 pounds this morning, 160.4, so I guess I lost about 5 pounds. The other thing I'm going to do is eat protein right now and make a shake, because it's important to have protein after every workout. New Zealand whey protein powder. Another purple patch athlete recommended this to me. Apparently they don't use the hormones in their cows in New Zealand. We're expecting this baby any day now.
Yep. Number 4.
Number 4, boy.
You know, he's training for Kona and about to have his 4th child, and some way they're making it work. I don't know how.
Zwift told me that I burned 16 slices of pizza today. I definitely don't think of myself as a professional athlete at this time. I'm still so new to the sport, and I have a lot to learn. And my coach will be the first one to remind me I've got a ways to go before I consider going professional.
And to rightfully scare you, by the way, it's not really, if it says it's 85 or 88 or 89, it's not.
Because of the humidity?
Where the heat, especially if the sun is out, is bouncing off of the lava, and at your head height, it can be 95, 100, 105, 110.
Really?
115 in certain areas.
Really?
At humidity.
Wow.
It is. Okay. I want you to be fearful.
I am scared. I've turned the heat up here in the gym, and now I'm going to surround my bike with humidifiers and space heaters, hoping to get as close to Kona conditions as possible. I do 45-minute sessions 3 to 4 times a week. It's 102 degrees right now. Pretty toasty. It's definitely kind of painful. My heart rate goes a lot higher than when I would just be doing this kind of wattage or power with a fan. I think I gotta do this if I wanna be ready for Kona. I said to my coach, I think that was harder than the Copenhagen Ironman. And he said, good, because be ready for Kona to be 4 times harder than the Copenhagen Ironman. I'm just on the floor stretching right now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you had a good workout. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll need your help making rice cakes before the race.
Absolutely. That should be easy to find in Hawaii. All the Japanese rice and everything we need.
I think we'll be able to find what we need in Hawaii. It's good talking with you guys.
Take care.
Love you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
But you know, another piece of advice my dad gave me was, he said, I've never taken a big risk in my life that I've regretted. I think life to a large extent is about taking big risk, and you never know exactly where it's going to take you. I feel that way about my Ironman training right now. It's a risk to be putting this much time into training, and especially starting as a 39-year-old. I'm not exactly young anymore.
I really want to grow up and be like Uncle Ed. I think he's very inspirational.
Baba bikes and run. My dad's really fast. I like to go up and visit him when he's training. I like to say hi when he's exercising in the gym. It makes him feel better when I'm there.
I don't really know where this journey is going to lead at this point, but I'm taking it one step at a time, and Kona is going to be a tough race, I know that much, and I'm just hoping that I can cross that finish line and look back saying I did the best I could have done on that day. Just a quick update, Ben Baker was born on Wednesday, 9 pounds, 12 ounces. Everyone's doing well, and looking forward to seeing you next week in Kona.